Hey, what's up guys? IGNX here, other known as IGNErvis or FOFlex. I wanted to start out by apologizing for not posting sooner. I know it's been a while, but my procrastination came and hit me like a freight train, and I just could not muster the energy to finish this video. I had the clips already clipped, but obviously here I am now and not before. So let's get straight into it, straight into the meat grinder, and we're going to be talking about objective control. With this upcoming season, dragons are going to be a lot weaker, but with the dragon soul buffs and the elder and rift buffs, knowing when to secure these early game and late game objectives will be your climb to success in solo queue. I'm not going to get into the specifics about the drags, so you'll have to probably do that your research on your own. So let's start out with this first video. We're going to be starting off with the bad dragons and the bad rifts, and then going on to the good rifts and good dragons. So let's start out. We have Evelynn level 6 starting up Cloud Drake. As we look at the map, he has no mid pressure, no bot pressure, doesn't know where Hecarim is. Already off the bat, this is a very terrible dragon call. You have no pressure on your mids or bot, and you don't know where the enemy jungler is, and you have no smite. So already, this is probably going to turn out bad. I fast forward it because you probably don't want to see the entire dragon take, and as we see at the end, he gets killed right at the end because he had no smite. If he had smite, this would probably been okay, but this is a very high risk and low reward play. High risk being you have no pressure, you can easily get killed. You don't know where the jungler is, so you can get killed by the jungler or the bot lane or mid. Low reward being you only get Cloud Drake, and that's not very optimal to die over, right? Because if it was Infernal, then yeah, maybe you can make this kind of risky play because Infernal does help a lot, but it's only Cloud Drake. It's not going to help you that much. So trying to start this dragon with no pressure, no smite is just a very just bad play. Alright, on to this next clip. This is one of the clips from my scrims that I was partaking in, and let's take a quick look at the team and the map positions. So, get rid of the bottom thing. So as we're looking, remember that replays can be glitched sometimes, and obviously in competitive we're calling out more. Top will actually TP to objectives and stuff like this. So this is a very bad play on me. I wasn't taking into account. I had very poor game and map awareness right here. I was just trying to force something that couldn't have been forced. I was trying to get back to something on the map because I was playing very poorly this game. So as we look, Malphite already channeled his TP right above War. We didn't clear vision around Dragon, which is a huge thing that people should probably take into consideration is clearing vision around dragons or Rift Heralds. Right now, Elise is kind of stronger than me. That's just how Elise is. She's just a stronger jungle than J4. Rise is being pushed. He's pushing currently, but the kill already made her rotation towards the dragon. So right now, it's a 4v3. I thought this was a good dragon, but obviously on my part, I had very poor map awareness, and I wasn't taking into account how GP probably didn't have TP, or Rise was still pushing bot lane. As we take a look, we end up conceding. I'll mute this. We end up conceding the dragon and just getting caught by the Malphite, and all in all, this was just a very poor play on my part. What I forgot to mention in the last clip was about tempo, right? Tempo is a huge thing in League. It basically with tempo in general aspect is trying to be on the map as much as you can, playing at your speed of the game. I'm pretty sure you've heard of that term, and that's basically what it is. Right now, I'm kind of messing up the tempo for the entire game, right? I'm getting everyone killed bot lane. Bot lane was in a good spot right now. Mid was farming. We kind of want to scale for late game. So these mid game team fights, early to mid game team fights are very poor for us. We do not want to fight them since they are kind of stronger with the Elise and Malphite. So this is very poor play on my part. I should have known with the Malphite TP advantage, and I should have looked at mid and bot lane and known where the jungler was. Alright, on to the final clip. This is one of the clips from I was coaching someone, and he didn't start the dragon, he just did not do the dragon. Most players I do coach kind of leave the objectives for later. They only get them when they probably team fight around and they win the team fight and they pick up the dragon as a reward. But you can't think of dragon as a reward. You have to think of it as like something you need to take, because if you take it off the map, it kind of releases a lot of pressure onto you to do something on the map. You can obviously use that time that you already used taking dragon. You can use it on ganking or farming, which is way more valuable than just running around doing nothing. So this clip does have audio, so I'm gonna play the audio, mute my mic, and just hear the raw audio that I was when I was coaching this person.
The big idea here is what I like to tell people is like to make a mental checklist of when to do dragons and when to do like Rift Herald and stuff. So like you have bot pressure, right? You know your bot's pushing in whatever. You don't know where Nocturne is, but you know he's not bot side because uh you just cleared his blue and he would have been there. You can get mid pressure pretty fast because your talent can clear that pretty fast. So you make a mental checklist. Okay, bot has pressure. That's a check. I don't know where Nocturne is, but he's not bot, so that's another check. And then mid will get pressure. He won't like freeze or whatever. So that's like three checks. That's a free dragon. You just like that's it. You immediately like snap your fingers and you drag.
All right, so you see there, I kind of go back to the idea of making the mental checklist. Once you start playing these games and you kind of start implementing that checklist, you're going to be seeing, you're going to be making these decisions, in split seconds, because you can't hesitate with these type of plays because hesitancy, I don't know how to say that word, it will cost you games. It will, because it's a huge thing with lower elo players because they just want to run around and do nothing on the map when they could be doing something. Alright, now on to the good clips. So first we have a good dragon take by me. This is obviously in solo queue when I was streaming. So off the bat, me and Fizz are fighting their Zac and TF. Fizz cleans up the TF, and I clean up the Zac. So already off to a good start. We killed their mid and the jungler. Already this is like the prime time to take dragon because they have no mid pressure and they have no jungler. And so as we kill Zac, I see their bot over pushing. I don't know why they over push. I say it in the VOD. I'm gonna mute it before you hear it. That I say, are these guys dumb? Because they just saw us fight and they're trying to push out the lane, and we just get a free 2 kills for our Vayne. And boom, killed their mid, killed their bot, killed their jungler. That's like green checks, green light, NASCAR. You I didn't hesitate, and I just dragged straight away. And I kind of know that this is not very high risk dragon. This isn't a very good example because we did kill all their laners, and I'm picking up dragon as a reward. Like I said in the previous clip where I said dragons weren't supposed to be rewards, but most people will tend to try to invade and try to counter jungle to get the enemy jungler behind because if it's not Infernal Mountain, they're most likely not trying to get it. But Ocean and Evelynn's pretty OP, as you know. Evelynn's passive gives her the bonus healing and mana when she's invisible. Add that onto with Ocean Drake, and you're going to be healing pretty substantial later in the game. So, like I said, I didn't hesitate as soon as I went to bot lane. I saw the open gank bot lane, and I just executed, didn't hesitate, and boom. Alright, on to the second to last clips. Right here, we have a very good Herald call, and what's done after is very. What happens when you get Rift Herald? Because most low elo junglers kind of forget Rift Herald. They don't think it's worth their time. They might think it takes too long, or they're just not trying to be on that top side of the map. Because usually, your bot side's where it's more things are happening. As we go through this clip, this man starts the Rift Herald immediately. He has mid pressure. He has top pressure, mid pressure. Doesn't know where the jungler is, but it's fine because Darius is already rotating down, and he doesn't have his ult, but he's already level 7. So whoever the enemy jungler is, it's fine. Uh, he has pressure in both his top and mid. So the Rift Heralds already start off in good play. 11 minutes in, you try to typically aim for Rift Heralds before the 14 minutes so you can get the plate gold. As we go through, gets the Rift Herald, looks mid for a gank because the Zed's kind of low. I don't know if he ends up getting the Zed. Kind of hesitates and misses this opportunity to kill the Zed. I think it comes really close. Yeah, so it comes really close to the Zed. Doesn't kill him. He hesitated over the wall. He should have just gone in for straight the gank. Goes up top lane to see a kill. Typically, you want to kill the top laner, then do Rift Herald, or get Rift Herald then kill the top laner so you can get free plates. It's usually what you kind of do with Rift when you try to make a Rift play. As we go through, kind of waits for the gangplank. He has his ultimate now. This is looking like a free kill. Looks like GP does not have flash. Waits for the charm. Easy kill. And this Darius is just out of control right now. He's super fed. Puts down the Rift Toad immediately. No, he doesn't hesitate. Fast forward. Gets the first tower. Boom. All right. Now look what he does now. He goes for his enemies. I don't know why that popped up. Sorry. He goes to his enemy junglers, gets some deep vision, takes his red buff. It's kind of like a flow chart. That's how I kind of explain jungle to some people. Uh, First you get Rift Toad, right? That leads into getting towers and plus some kills maybe. Boom. Now what does that lead into? That leads into going to the enemy jungler getting vision. Okay. Now you have enemy vision in the jungler. Now what do you have? Okay. Now I can take some of the enemy's farm. That's giving me gold, putting me ahead, and putting the enemy jungler behind. So it's kind of like everything flows together. As we see, Jarius is now pushing still top lane. Gangplank can't really match him. Boom. With that one Rift Herald play, in the span of 2 minutes, it took him like 20 seconds to take that Rift Herald. He's taken 2 towers, and he's gone all that gold by himself. You got a red buff to your name, and you got a kill. I think he got the kill, but it doesn't matter. And, plays like these is what changes the game and will, you know, boost your confidence or just like boost your elo. That's what I was trying to say. But now this kind of opens up the entire map for him, right? Now he doesn't need to worry about top lane. Darius doesn't need to worry about top lane either. Now he can focus his efforts on the bot lane or mid lane. And it opens up the map because once you're done with one side of the map, you can either, have him still top pushing because really no one can 2v. They can't 2v1 Darius. And you can focus your efforts on bot or mid. So like I said, if you get one lane ahead, pressure with Rift Herald, get it open so your other lanes can, feel off that pressure. They don't have to feel pressured by the enemy jungler because the enemy jungler now has to make some type of move or he'll just be useless. Alright, for this last clip, I'm going to be showing you 2 good plays that I made during one of these scrims. I don't know if these were against the last guys that I played, but let's get straight into it. As we're looking at the map right now, always the key thing to look. We have mid pressure. We know that their KO is backing bot lane because we just pushed her out. As we see, the Syndra is still pushing the lane. The Rush is backing because he has nothing to do right now, and we don't know where Lee Sin is, but we do have vision in the bush right in front of red buff. So obviously, not hesitating, started dragging with my support right away. Go on, mid rotates over, and boom, easy dragon, super secured, 7 minutes in. We had the lane states in our favor, and you have to take advantage of it. Can't hesitate. Going on to next play, Rift Herald, 11 minutes 30 seconds in. That's where typically I usually do the Rift Herald around 10 minutes as soon as it spawns, or around 11:30. That's like the perfect time to do it because it kind of gives you a window to use it before the play. It's to set up something. Checking out lane states again. We know few are backed. Previously, I think our Jax pushed her out. We have top pressure because Urgot's not there, and it doesn't really matter about the bot lane. And then jungler, he could be anywhere, but it doesn't really matter because we have pressure top and mid, so they can't really contest this without sending all their resources top lane. Fast forward it, mid rotates over. Our Swain's getting vision in their bot quadrant, so we can kind of see where the enemy's kind of at. Fiora shows mid, but it doesn't really matter at this point because already, it took me like 30 seconds to take this Rift Herald, and boom, already taking drag and Rift Herald in the span of 5 minutes. And this kind of takes, like I said in the last clip, takes pressure off me to make a play because now I can focus on farming or getting vision and making a play somewhere to use the Rift Herald and get my team even farther ahead. With these clips, I hope you guys kind of learn what goes into the mindset of when I jungle, or I hope these things that I told you today you can store in the back of your head and use it later on in your solo queue games. I will try to get out a new video in the next month or so, probably even less. I won't hesitate. I'll try to think of something new. And I want to thank you guys for watching this video. I really appreciate all the support you guys have given me on the first video. So, let's break the barrier of what I think the last video got like 235 views. Hopefully we can get even more this time. Like I said, I want to thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys. Peace.